All right, so yeah, in case you're confused, this is the Overclock Remix panel at MAGFest 13, celebrating 15 years of video game music. Also, 15 years of celebrating video game music. That's true. we've actually been around for 15 years.
15
We're
years.
all very, very old. Would you guys like to see a completely unrelated video that has nothing to do with video game music?
Yeah!
I love it. I love the enthusiasm in this crowd. You made it part of the PowerPoint?
Right answer. How long is this?
It's like 3 minutes long.
Silver Star Film Company presents a film that will show the world what action really is. Blood Debts. If that's the case, why'd he go on killing? He any psychiatric record?
None, Bill. This Mark is a sane and normal man. And your question about why he kept on killing, I think maybe there were some instances that perhaps reminded him of the past.
Blood Debts.
No! Don't shoot him!
Blood Debts, the story of a one-man war against criminals that turned the streets into a jungle and men into beasts. Blood Debts, an explosive movie where love is hotter than bullets. Brutal, bloody, violent, with bone-chilling suspense. Blood Debts.
Oh, why can't you just leave everything to the cops, Mark?
They have no rights. Blood Debts.
They got your son, Dave.
What? Oh, God. Not my son.
You see? I told you to pull those two out of there a long time ago. You never listened to me, and now it's too late.
Starring Richard Harrison. With Mike Monty. Dick Israel. James Gaines. Ann Jackson. And Ann Milhench. Blood Debts. When a man becomes the judge, the jury, and the executioner, there is one hell of a lot of blood debts to pay. Blood Debts. Directed by Teddy Page. Coming soon.
Not really.
Oh, yeah!
Okay.
It's all downhill from here,
Yeah. So, yeah, Blood Debts is not coming soon.
No.
What is this bag in front of me?
Blood Debts already came.
I can't see anyone on this side of the audience.
Yeah, you're occluding our
Sorry,
perspectives.
Hey guys, I baked a cake because it's Dia's birthday today.
Huh?
Well, Hi, so it's Dia's birthday, everyone. So please wish her a happy birthday.
Dragon Avenger. Judge.
Wait,
Dragon
wait, hang on a second. Wait. Who's Dia?
Is this going to be terrible?
No, it's not going to be that terrible. I baked this cake myself.
No, you didn't.
Please come to the castle.
Yeah.
He baked this cake
Look at this cake.
while driving in the car
So, real
to get
quick,
the cake.
Dia is Dragon Avenger. She's a judge on OC Remix.
That's
She
Dia.
also
Today is
handles-
her birthday.
Yeah, it is her
And
birthday.
since she's a part of OC Remix, we figured the best way to do this would be musically.
But we're gonna remix.
Yep.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dia. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dia. All right. Can we actually get started with this panel? Or?
I don't know. There's
Are we
cake here.
are we
Now,
gonna eat
I'm
cake?
kind of distracted.
Cake
by,
for everyone. No.
By the cake.
It's a very small cake. We don't have enough for everybody.
Okay. There is
Wait. She's going to say something.
That's going to be unforgettable, and I'm not sure in what way.
Okay.
Probably in a bad way, a bad, awkward
All
way.
right, that's really mean. We sang for you, and now you're being mean, so. Okay.
You're welcome. Jeez.
Yeah, happy birthday. All right.
So, how many people here know what OC Remix is? All right.
All right.
How many people here don't?
How many don't, actually?
Oh, this.
No, how many actually don't and aren't just lying? Okay. go
How
on.
many
Shit.
don't care?
No, we got like 3 hands there.
1,
So
2. Okay.
this slide has utility. OC Remix is a website dedicated to video game music. Holy crap.
Holy crap.
Holy crap. Fans contribute their own arrangements and interpretations of classic and modern game music, and it's all free. At last check, we had over 2,900,568 remixes.
That number is wrong.
That might be slightly inflated. Although when Tommy Tellerico talks about us at Video Games Live, he's like, they've got 3 million. It gets bigger every time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great. He's like, it's going to be up to the
We
billions.
actually have around 3,000
Around
remixes.
3,000 remixes and about 50 albums.
Yeah, 50th album is coming out
50
next week.
albums. All from over 9 artists.
900
Closer
artists.
to 900, yeah. Calm yourself. It's all free. Like, you don't need to do anything. You don't even need to register. You don't need to talk to anyone. You can be completely antisocial and just download the music and never say anything, including thanks. Yeah! This guy right over here. There you go. Internet. Yes. All kinds of genres. So techno manga being a favorite.
Techno manga is a good one.
Metal, orchestral, jazz, hillbilly, kind of, sort of. Not
Hillbilly.
really a genre, but we got it.
Bluegrass.
Something for everyone, literally everyone.
Yeah.
Forums, workshop, interviews, albums, and BitTorrent on ocremix.org, not .com or .net or .anything else.
.fm.
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 We should get
No,
that.
no.
We should
You're-
get that.
you're confusing
ocremix.fm?
them. No, because you have to shorten it. You have to take out one of the vowels in order to make
Oh.
it sound cool.
OC
Right?
Remix.
That's what people like.
Yeah, take out the I in
flatter.
remix.
Yeah. Okay. I'll consider it. And we're also on Facebook. Every time we post a mix, we do something on Facebook. We
Yeah.
do a tweet on Twitter. We post the actual audio of the mix along with a video that Jose put together for us. Jose the Bronx Rican.
Yay.
This guy right here. So if YouTube's your thing, you can follow us on YouTube, ditto, Facebook, Twitter, or you can follow us on all
I think
three.
we have a slide about social media
That
later.
sho-
So.
Nope.
Oh,
that's
you took
it.
out-
That's
took
it.
it
I
out.
took
Oh,
that
okay.
slide out. It
All
was
right.
redundant.
Okay.
This is what the website looks like as of right now.
Merch. Do we want to talk about merch real quick?
There's a slide on merch.
Oh, there's a slide.
There's a slide on merch. We got this covered, man. Calm down.
They're ready.
Jeez.
All right, let's just talk about the site first, and then people can buy merch.
Okay.
Because otherwise, they don't know why they're buying merch.
This up there is a website. That's what a website looks like. That's what our website looks like. The ad is an ad for Always, which may or may not, which is available at Walmart, and may or may not be relevant to your interests. But you can see on the right side, there's a lot of remixes. All of those you can download. This is probably, this screenshot was taken in May of last year, so it's a little dated. But free albums, free remixes, a lot of discussion going on the forums. Chime in or don't, like him. It's your call. All right, so who here was at MAGFest 8.5? Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's what you missed in a single slide from our OC Remix presentation at MAGFest 8.5. We thought, people would want to be filled in on exactly what it is. There was MAGFest 8.5. You may not have even known that. And if it's numerically confusing to you, that's because it was like a throwback to the MAGFest of yore, which was smaller and at a different hotel.
Yeah, I don't think we need to get into it too deeply.
Probably not too much. That's a pickle. In the upper left hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Got some pickle fans over here.
Yeah. Justin Bieber, lower left.
Any believers? No?
No,
Okay,
probably
good,
not.
Good. All right, you're in the right place. Okay.
Upper right, MAGFest 8.5 was the first and, to our knowledge, the last international tournament of a game called Revengers of Vengeance. It's terrible. Play it. That's a fighting game. And then in the center is a giant elongated photo of Mario Batali, celebrity chef. Vaguely tangentially related to Super Mario 64, but only if you're hungover as we were at the time. So that's everything you missed there in a slide,
All right.
pretty much. Community. Who wants to talk about community? Vinny, do you want to talk about community?
Okay, I can talk about community.
Okay.
We have tons of stuff on our website, big community of remixers and fans. We have forums where you can put your music up there, get feedback on it instantly before you officially submit it to the website. We have meetups and conventions like MAGFest.
Yay.
We go to...
You should cheer for
where else?
MAGFest. You're here.
MAGFest!
Sorry, I didn't leave the pause.
You should cheer.
MAGFest.
I think so.
We also go to PAX East every year, Otakon. Yeah. So, and then we also just do meetups, in the general area. A lot of remixers in the DC area, so, we often meet up. We organize albums, like Shark said, 50th album coming up. So we organize tons of albums. What else do we got? Competitions.
We have a whole slide about competition,
Okay.
so we'll talk about that later.
Change your life. That's a big one. Change your life.
You
Yeah,
can. You should.
That slide used to say...
Meet your wife.
Yes, change your life, meet your wife.
We took out the wife.
Oh, no more wives?
Just change your life.
Okay. It's okay to be single. What? Where's your phone?
My Fisher Price?
Your Fisher Price phone?
Right here, bro. Oh, thank you.
Why? Okay.
I feel lost without it.
Okay.
Okay.
And
That's it.
Yeah, whatever.
You should check it out. 'Cause
yeah,
it's us.
it's super cool.
All right, remix competitions.
I guess I can
Shark,
talk about
this.
this?
Is pretty much you, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So on our forums, we have remix competitions. It's a great way for beginners and veterans to practice their skills in remixing and learning how to make music. So the idea is generally we have weekly competitions like the People's Remix Competition and Meat and Potatoes and all these really cool things where you're given a song at the beginning of the week and you have to remix that song within the span of a week. And at the end, everyone votes and finds a winner. There are also these larger competitions that we run that are like tournaments where you sort of compete. You pick a source tune in the beginning, and then you and your opponent both remix both source tunes into the same thing. And it's really awesome, and a lot of people have participated in the big tournament stuff over the years, and I've seen a lot of artists really grow and build their skills that way. It's a really great way to learn if you're just starting out, to just find a competition that's going on the forums, sign up, start participating, start remixing, and you'll get a lot of help from other people who are competing. They're competitions, but it's really more of like a learning experience for everyone, a cooperative experience, and you really get to learn from people who know how to do this stuff, and you exchange ideas. It's very, very cool.
A lot of people get their first mix posted on the site proper by virtue of having participated in one of these competitions.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's an album that we'll talk about a little later, the Mega Man 25 album. A lot of the people that I chose to be on that album, I chose because I became familiar with their work through the competitions. So I saw them growing as artists, and I saw what they were able to do from in a time crunch, and they were able to put out really great music really quickly. So it's a great way to sort of become visible on the site and get involved with a lot of the cool projects because they're really high profile, and it's really fun.
Okay. Speaking of Mega Man 25, actually, this is the only slide that talks about
okay.
we have a special deal going on. It's the Super MAGFest 2015 Bro and non-bro.
Yeah.
Exactly pricing. $10 for Mega Man 25 Forever Lasting Peace. What's on this album, Shark?
Mega Man X, Battle Network, Mega Man Legends. You guys like Legends? Yeah, anyone? Yeah, okay. Star Force, ZX, Zero. 3 remixes basically from every single Mega Man sub-series. This album was actually done in conjunction with Capcom. They contacted us about doing it. It was their idea. So the first games in every one of those series. Really awesome album art by RNN, who is sitting right over there. Yay! Yeah, the art is actually super gorgeous. You would think it was official, like they provided it to us, but no, that is fan art drawn especially for this album, so it's awesome.
So yeah, it's currently on sale for $12.99. It usually goes for $15. It is a 2-disc album, and we're selling it here for the low price of $10.
Yeah,
very easy single bill.
$10. It's 2 CDs. It's amazing. It's really good.
We also have shirts for $15. If you buy a shirt, you get your choice of a free EV Pokemon's album or Apex 2014 album.
I think we only brought a cup. We didn't bring any Apex 2014 down?
You get your choice of an EV album or an EV album.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, Andy, you got some stuff over there. You got some Zircon merchandise?
I don't. I
you
forgot
don't.
it.
You forgot it. Oh. If you want to buy Zircon stuff, you can't over there.
What happened?
But they do have Blind.
Blind.
Okay.
Blind is selling CDs.
Nocturnalism. Nocturnalism, or do you know what? Okay. Cool.
Flex
and
Style.
Flex Style. All right.
Mike Styles, awesome.
So you can come up at any point to buy stuff at the little merch booth.
Yeah,
over there.
anytime during the panel, if you guys just want to line up on that wall if you want to buy anything.
Most of the exciting stuff is at the end of the panel, so it might be
Yeah.
a good idea to buy stuff now. Don't miss the exciting stuff.
All right.
All right.
What do we got?
Should we keep selling stuff or should we move on?
We should move on because
Probably
I
move
feel like
on.
if we keep trying to sell things, people are just going to leave.
Oh, because the rest of the slides are all about us selling things.
Okay, just go ahead. Okay. Everyone gets up to leave.
Nah.
Until I'm done out of this.
Andrew, would you like to talk about Overclocked University?
Yes. Okay, so Overclocked University is the official band of Overclocked Remix. So it features a bunch of staff members that are in the band playing. So myself, Stevo, level 99.
Hi.
Dia as well, and Amy Diodes. I'm not sure where she is. There she is over there. She's waving.
Violin player.
And also Tom, who is mysterious and kind of an enigma.
And has not decided on a remixing handling name yet.
So we just call him Tom. Just Tom.
Just Tom.
But
He plays Tom's.
Just Tom, yeah. No underscore, no dash, just Tom, one word.
so we have an EP available for sale. It's X dollars.
It's $5.
It's $5. It's
Special
$5?
special MAGFest pricing.
That was a good deal.
$5 our inaugural EP. We're working on our second album right now. It should be out by the end of this coming year. We actually have a show tonight. Once the main stage bands are done, Jam Space opens back up, and we're going to be the first group playing on Jam Space.
It's going to be pretty good.
We've got a lot of upcoming shows to play. Game Over Baltimore, I believe. There's quite a few. But yeah, we've got stuff posted on OCR, and we're active on Facebook if you want to keep up with what we're doing. Did I cover it all? Oh, right. For all of our songs, we have backing videos made specifically for those songs. So you'll see a lot of footage of the games we play music from. Something that I don't think a lot of other bands get a chance to do, but we've made it work. It's a very interesting experience to come check out if you haven't seen us yet.
It's a full audio and visual sensory experience.
Yes.
It's like going to Epcot.
Or Pink Floyd.
Oh, there you go.
It is literally Disney World. They do DuckTales. They do a version of DuckTales.
We do DuckTales,
So
we do Chrono
it's
Trigger.
literally Disney World.
We do Chrono Cross, we do Star Fox, we do Wave Race, we do Zelda, we do Ico. We play a lot of different game music, stuff that's obscure and stuff that's well known.
You had them at DuckTales.
Speaking of obscure and well-known, let's hear about some albums that we have posted on OCR recently that you can download for free.
I'd like to tell you about those albums.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so we do release a lot of albums. We also release a lot of individual mixes. Every year at MAGFest, we like to talk about the albums that we released in the previous year, starting with, in chronological order, Apex 2014. Apex 2015 is actually about to come out. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, next week.
Audio Engineering, which is an album of nothing but remixes of Sid themes from Final Fantasy games or themes associated with Sid. That was the first in a new album series, new catalog series that we started last year called OC Remix Independent, where it doesn't necessarily have to have come from the Overclock Remix community. We'll publish it anyway, and it works well with smaller EPs, things that people want an additional spotlight for. Shell Shocked, a Overclock Remix KNGI album, badass teen. Yep, there you go.
That covers Turtles in Time and Hyperstone Heist. So,
Absolutely.
and it's all like rock stuff. It's really cool.
It's
so
pretty
check it
cool.
out.
Super Mario 64, Portrait of a Plumber. Our first Mario album, actually, strangely enough.
Somehow, yeah.
Very long time in gestation, but did finally release. The second Overclock Remix independent album was, I'm not going to pronounce this correctly. Can you?
Football art.
What he said. So that was actually during the World Cup. We put out a tribute EP of remixes from soccer video games, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, like Mega Man Soccer and Inazuma 11 and all these-
Tecmo
Soccer, something like that.
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
Really, it was really cool. It's a small album, but it's really fun. That was
I love how we're saying soccer, even though it's
Soccer.
right
Football.
there, right
Football.
there in our face.
Football art. Okay.
So American. Last year was the 25th anniversary of the Game Boy. So, yeah. Does anyone want to clap for the Game Boy?
Come on.
Please. I do.
Standing ovation. No,
So we put
leaving.
together a tribute album of arrangements of Game Boy games. I think there might be a couple Game Boy Color games on there, but mostly Game Boy games. And then our third Overclock Remix independent album was Shuttle Remix. One of mixers on the site, Emery Monzerall, had his soundtrack to Shuttle Rush released. It was already a PC game. It was released on the Wii U recently, and he put together an album of remixes from that soundtrack that he did. So, I mean, one of the interesting things there is we're starting to see more and more that overclock remixers become composers and then organize overclock remixes of their own compositions, which it's pretty meta. But
Yeah.
it works out, I think. Yeah.
It's all a trick to get remixes on the site.
It's kind of a it's kind of a loophole, but it's a
just
good
like
loophole.
they write a game soundtrack and then they write a remix of that soundtrack and then they post it on the site.
Not
and they're like,
all
it's
the-
from a video game. Come on.
Well, it was on Wii U. I mean,
Yeah, I
that's some
guess so.
street cred right there,
Yeah.
right?
No, it's good. It's all good.
It is
It's
good.
fine.
A little bit more about Shell Shocked.
Who wants to talk about it?
Vinny, do you want to talk about
I
Shell
don't
Shocked?
know much about it.
That's okay.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, well, I know a bit about it. I guess I'll keep talking. I just think they're probably tired of hearing me. But so yeah, the art may look familiar. That's Nate Horsfall, who's done the art for Dwelling of Duels for a very, very long time. Amazing artist. Does some of the Chiptunes Equal Win art, I think.
Yeah, you guys know Dwelling of Duels, right?
Dwelling of Duels.
Anyone?
Dwelling of Duels. There we go.
Who doesn't know what Dwelling of Duels is? Like seriously.
That's a lot of people.
Oh wow, okay. So quick aside, Dwelling of Duels is a really awesome monthly competition. Dwellingofduels.net. So they have a theme every month, and then if you want to enter, the only requirement is you have to have something live in it, live
instrument of some
live
kind,
instrument,
live
some kind of live
performance.
performance, live instrument in it. And they do really cool theme months. I think one time they did like Chrono Trigger versus Final Fantasy VI. One time they did like Namco games. So every month, lots of really, really amazing music. Dwellingofduels.net, make sure you check it out. So this album actually had a lot of Dwelling of Duels artists on it.
It has its own community, but there's a lot of overlap. So a lot of individual Dwelling of Duels entries end up getting posted on OC Remix, usually several months to potentially a year later. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, it's also a good, like, sometimes preview of what's going to show up on OC Remix, although I guess that kind of hurts us. But that's okay.
Just go to Dwelling of Duels.
Super Mario 64, Portrait of an Italian Man, actually, Portrait of a Plumber. Do you like portraits? Do you like Italian men?
Yes, you have my attention.
That guy over there. This is for you. I have your attention, Steve-O?
Oh yeah, you
I'm
have
gonna,
me at Italian.
I'm gonna tell Val. Is Val even here?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's upstairs.
Sopranos is
She's
done.
not here.
Oh, she's done.
No, she's like here, but not here. All right, whatever.
I'm gonna tell you like Italian men. Our first Mario album, Super Mario 64, 21 tracks, 16 artists, lots of good stuff. Definitely recommend check it out. You check it out.
Let's a Goomba.
Let's a Goomba. Well, we were going to play the trailer, but then we took the trailer out, so
Okay.
it just says Let's a Goomba for no reason now. But you should. We
Yes.
should Goomba
Goomba.
sometime, other than now. Okay. Well,
Wait, go back a second. Where
Yeah?
did we get that art from?
Where did we get that art from? So we've started something. One of the things we recognize is for a lot of our albums, art became sort of like a last-minute thing. We had all the music done. It was awesome. It was mastered. All the files were tagged, and then we were like, "Oh crap, we need some art." This wasn't well thought out. So what we decided to do was partner with Game Art HQ. That's right.
Yeah,
Game
that's
Art
what we're
HQ.
doing for Final Fantasy IX, but
Right.
for this we did something different.
For this, we did a competition, but we actually reached out to them too.
Oh, okay.
So the winning entry that you're looking at right now, or actually the title and the art, both came out of that community. So we've kind of partnered with Game Art HQ, which is a fan art community, in order to get more and better art for our projects. A lot of those artists on DeviantArt and whatnot. This was actually the result of a competition that we ran, and it worked out really well, I think.
It did.
Let's not Goomba. Some other time. So 25th birthday Game Boy album. I actually put together the nice little montage of Game Boy covers in the back there.
You mean the collage?
Yeah, the
It looks really
collage,
good.
montage,
That's-
decoupage.
montage is not the word.
Fromage. No. Okay. Okay. So this is nothing. This is a whole album of Game Boy remixes tributing the Game Boy. Would you like to see a trailer of this album?
Did we bring the trailer?
Okay.
We brought the trailer.
Then you're in luck.
Can we hear it?
this is Joe Zijo, or Expert Novice, and beat this Game Boy story. When I was in first grade, during recess, I was playing Game Boy with a friend of mine in the classroom. All of a sudden, we look up, there's nobody else in the room at all. And we're like, what the hell's going on? 3 seconds later, my first grade teacher comes flying into the room and screams, "There's an armed robber in the building and you are the only two who haven't been in lockdown."
Joe, are you here? Where is Joe?
Joe?
I think
Joe's
he stepped out
not.
for a minute.
Was here.
Okay.
Stepped out at the best
That says
part.
that's.
We're like, oh, we didn't talk about him soon enough, so we left.
Yeah.
All right, what is this?
That says coming soon.
What is coming soon?
What is
it's
coming
stuff
soon?
that's coming soon.
Okay.
I think you, Shark. Would you like to tell us about
Yeah,
the
sure.
next?
I can talk about this real quick. All right. Who likes Smash Brothers? All right. Who likes just fighting games in general? Yeah. Basically the same amount of people. That's good because Smash, right? Okay. So every year there's a Smash Brothers tournament up in Jersey, my home state. Jersey. That's right. Jersey. Represent. Okay. Hey. That's enough out of you.
Wait, there's more than a turnpike in Jersey?
Yes, there's more. Get out of here. I will cut you. I'll show you what Jersey's about. Okay. So every year in Jersey there's a tournament called Apex, which is probably the largest Smash Brothers tournament in the world. People come from all over the place: Japan, Germany, West Coast, East Coast, everywhere. And to compete in Smash Brothers, in Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, whole bunch of different kinds of games, different fighting games. One of the games that they actually have is Pokemon. I know it's not a fighting game, but they do actually have a Pokemon tournament. So we actually get, for the past couple of years, we've been doing the official album for Apex. So what we do is we look at all the games that are going to be featured at the event, and then we do a remix for every game. So a lot of Smash Brothers remixes, Street Fighter, we've done Persona 4 Arena, Injustice, Gods Among Us, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear Xrd, I think that's how you say it. No Revenge of Vengeance. So...
Well, something really awesome must be going
Yeah.
on over there.
Okay. So Apex 2015 is actually next weekend up in Secaucus, New Jersey. And we have finished our album. So you can see it's called This Is the Moment. And it's got really, really pretty cover art drawn by RNN, Maya. She drew it. It's really cool looking. Nobody's making any noise for you, Maya. I'm sorry. Yay. Okay. And it's a lot of really awesome remixes. We got a great stable of artists on it. Sixto Sounds is on there. Ivan Hochstock. I'm on there, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I guess.
Little self-appreciation.
So we actually have a little preview of the album. The trailer's not done yet, so we're not going to show you a trailer, but we're actually going to play a little preview of it.
I got as far as the audio for you guys.
So what we're going to
So who likes
So who likes rocking out? Who's really good at like rocking out and like metal and stuff? All right, anyone like?
And who likes winning things?
Who likes winning things? All right, so we need
likes
three
winning
people.
things.
We need 3 people who can rock out and who like winning things. So Steve-O, can you go get 3 people?
Tetris Block. Happen to know that's Aaron.
That's Liz. Tetris Block. That's Liz.
All right, we got one.
1, 2, and we got 3.
We got 3.
All right.
Now, but before we begin, Steve-O, I believe you cast some doubt on this activity. Yeah. Hey, come on back.
What
Nope.
happened?
Okay.
He went and sat back down.
It's a tag team.
All right. Yeah, it's 3
3.
people.
So that's 3 people.
Okay. All right.
Can we get some example music so I can show what rocking out looks like?
No. You will rock out in silence. Let's just see you rock out real quick. Just
Steve-O will provide an example. Okay. There you go.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna play a sample. It's gonna start off with the original track. You don't have to rock out to that part, okay? But once the rock kicks in, I want to see what you guys got. And you all have to do it at the same time, and then we will ask the audience after the sample ends.
Generally speaking, the bigger fool you make of yourself, the higher your chances of winning.
All right. So let's spread out a little bit.
Yeah, don't get hurt.
Let's spread out a little bit.
We're not insured. MAGFest
Yeah.
might be. All right, we ready?
Play it. Okay.
Okay.
So wait for the metal. Wait for the rock. All right, here it comes. All right. Okay.
All right, can we get a round of applause
awesome.
there?
Let's get a round of applause for everyone real quick. Okay. Okay, I was gonna have them vote, but
I think we
feel-
all won
I think,
there.
I think
feel like
everybody.
we all won.
We all won. So. All right. So. I think I'm just gonna give everyone a prize. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys okay with
I think
that?
so.
Everyone wins. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
What are the prizes, Shark? Tell them what they've won.
I'm gonna give them all a copy of the new album.
Oh! This album not yet available in stores, nor will it ever be.
This album is not actually out yet. Okay, so Apex 2015, this album is coming out next week. This is coming out on Friday next week when Apex starts. But I actually have physical copies of the album here.
Special.
All right. So
Very fancy.
for all three of you for rocking out so well, here you go.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
No,
Shaq
sorry,
Fu.
man.
We got something good planned though. We got
Shaq
something
Fu apparently
planned.
jumped the shark. I don't
Yeah.
know. Someone told us.
Jumped the shack.
All right, so
Jump
guys,
the shack.
like I said, make sure
Jump the
next
shack.
week check out Apex 2015. This is the moment. Lots of really good music. Make sure you watch the stream for Apex. We're actually going to have the stream on the front page of OC Remix, or you can go to Twitch and watch it. It's going to be awesome.
Very cool.
All right.
So other albums coming out. This album, as Shark mentioned, is coming out in like a week.
Yeah, and this is our 50th album, actually.
And this is number
This is-
50.
this is number 50.
There you go. The first album was Super Metroid Relics of the Chozo.
Relics of the Chozo, yeah.
A long, long time ago.
Yeah.
Yep. More albums that will probably, almost certainly, maybe, possibly, who knows, be coming out this year. Odds are pretty good, actually, for all of these. Final Fantasy II. This is a follow-up to Final Fantasy Random Encounter. Brandon Strader directing, mostly sort of a metal sound,
Rocky, yeah.
guitar-centric. Who here is a fan of Seventh Saga?
Make some noise, make some noise.
Okay. We're doing another independent album with Arrow Z, a remixer on the site, also an amazing cellist. 7 songs for Seventh Saga. See, it works because there's 7 on both. All solo cello arrangements. I think it might be layered, but all cello arrangements of the 7 songs from Seventh Saga. Pretty intuitive like that.
I like that.
Final Fantasy V Part 2.
It's happening, God damn it!
Finally.
It's happening.
Hey, Shark, wasn't the original date for that spring 2010?
Yes. But it's happening
That was
now.
one of the original dates.
God damn it.
Is it going to be worth the half a decade wait?
No.
Maybe.
It's just okay.
You realize you have
Yeah.
3 more
Yeah.
parts
Oh, yeah,
for
we
Final
can-
Fantasy V after Part 2.
Can we talk about Super Kart Bros? Your call. Flex, you want to talk about this real quick? All right. You don't have to. Just right up front. All right. So this is Michael Flexstyle Birch. He's a remixer judge on Overclock Remix, and he and I have been kind of working on something really cool. A really cool album. I think you guys will like it, so I'll let Mike talk about it.
Sure. So what it's called Super Cartography Brothers, and it is all a bunch of map themes from the Super Mario Bros. Franchise. So we've got themes from Super Mario 3D World. We got the original Mario Bros, Yoshi's Island. We've got even a Wario track in there somewhere. But it's basically, Sharuk approached me with the idea of like, okay, I want to do this album to take these short, repetitive, but catchy themes and turn them into a genre that would accept that kind of thing, EDM. So I have brought together some of the best names in VGM EDM remixing, and we're going to have an album full of remixes from all these different Mario Bros. Franchises. And I don't know, I can name drop some stuff. Like, we got Blind on the album twice. We got Game Chop's stalwart Rob KTA's on there twice. Wow. We got, if you were following the Sonic remix album from like about a year ago or so, Funk Fiction makes an appearance on this one if you liked his track on last Sonic album. So, and more besides. So I'm not going to spoil everything, but it should be coming out within a reasonable period of time because we've got basically all the songs finished, just waiting for some artwork from RNN, who's doing a killer job on it so far, and hopefully that's out pretty soon.
Cool. So when are we going to debut this? I think we were talking about actually doing a live set somewhere in
Oh, yeah. Well, this evening before the Game Chops DJ battle, since I'm not part of that this year and Blind's not part of that this year, we decided let's have our own little hallway rave. So we're going to be gathering outside the main performance hall around 7:30 or 8, and I'll be playing tracks from Super Cartography Bros. Blind's got a bunch of new stuff, and we're going to be joined by a bunch of other awesome VGM, EDM guys, including Toten Tens, last year's DJ battle participant. So it's going to be a whole bunch of us doing this stuff. You'll get to hear, if I'm playing, you'll get to hear the tracks that I've got so far. And then past that, we might be doing a live-streamed release party event from Endgame Bar in Tempe, Arizona, which is near where I live. So that's about that, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It's very exciting. I'm glad it's finally happening. It's an idea that we've been kicking around for a long time. If you like trance and EDM and dance music and stuff, you're gonna love this album.
Get your unts on.
Speaking of ideas that we've been moving around for a long time, or delayed several times, in part my fault. We've got Final Fantasy IX coming up this year. Again, we're partnering with Game Art HQ. Going to be some amazing artwork to go along with the music, which is 97% done. So this is the year. I've said that once before.
This is the year.
This is the
5
year.
and 9. It's
All
gonna
right.
happen.
It is gonna happen.
Hey, Dave, is your song done yet?
No, but it's going to be really cool.
I'm sorry, did you say no?
It's going to be in the style of Steely Dan. How cool is that?
I like Steely Dan. Just get it done.
I know.
Please.
Yeah, okay. I have slides that explain why I haven't been making as much music later in the PowerPoint presentation. Plants vs. Zombies. A great soundtrack that we're hopefully targeting for October around Halloween of this year. And then Badass Volume 3, which is our album of nothing but boss themes, which are boss unto themselves. So we've got one other album that actually the music is done, the artwork is being finalized, but in order to properly contextualize it, I have to tell a little bit of a story here. On December 19th of last year, my first daughter, Esther Fiona Lloyd, was born. Thank you. I was not able to make it to MAGFest last year because I was, busy being a dad. Here's some more. The rest of the PowerPoint is all baby pictures, by the way. Actually, I did bring, as you may have noticed earlier, a Fisher-Price phone with me because I thought, well, some of you may be aspiring parents to be or may plan on having children at some point in your lives, and I thought, well, you should probably get a sense, like vicariously, of what the experience is like. And essentially, there's other things involved too, but it's a lot of hearing things like this. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I think the speaker's on the back, man.
I'm in control.
There we go.
Press the button, sing a song.
It's not from a video game, so it's not really eligible for the site.
I'm gonna remix Blood Nets.
So there's that. This is her at 1 year old, and this is her this morning. She's doing well. I checked. Yeah, that's our dog Milo in the background, kind of just lurking. He's very happy now because he gets food that she throws on the ground. So essentially, yeah. Okay, I'm going to bring it back around here because
I was about to say, what's with all these babies? I love her.
We start eventually talking.
I just decided to start talking about my life. The community of remixers, Overclock Remix, put together in secret, I was not aware of this, a 4-disc album of remixes essentially for Esther. Although, anyone with kids or nieces or nephews or whatever can definitely get some value out of this. It's really one of the nicest things that anyone's ever done for me. It was really sweet. There are people here in this room that put together mixes for the album. It came at a great time. It came around her first birthday, and it's just really special. We are going to release the album. Right now, only I have it. It's got 4 discs: Playtime, Downtime, Sleepy Time, and Silly Time.
Ooh.
From games including Secret of Mana, Animal Crossing, Ocarina of Time, DuckTales, artists including Blind, Sir J, Chimpazilla, Hal C, E. Bison. Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh my. Yeah!
What happened?
I have no idea, Microsoft. Nice. Oh yeah, the actual the photos on the cover of the album. Some of them are remixers as children. Upper right hand corner is Brandon Strader, for example. Jose is telling us some other ones, but basically it's great for both babies and kids of all ages, which includes adults or even like senior citizens. Really, it's not age specific, and that will be coming out. It's all kind of as you would sort of expect, mellow music. There's not a lot of metal or hard hitting dubstep. But if you wanna put your kids to sleep, maybe with some video game music. Yeah? No? All right. Okay. So another thing that started last year was a little something called Overclocked Records. Mr. Zircon?
We announced it at MAGFest last year, I believe. So this is the 1-year anniversary of the label. And thanks to everybody, well, we've had over 1,000 albums sold, which is very cool. And thanks to everybody that supported the label. You can see up there, we went from having 70 albums to 170 albums, almost triple the amount of artists. We went from originally doing original music from people in the community and soundtracks, game soundtracks, to also doing official, properly licensed albums too. So we have 2 albums so far that are like that. We've got Zone Runners, which is like a Sonic hip-hop album. It's very good. Highly recommend that. And then Jive Master came out with, also happened to be Sonic. Green Hill Sessions, that was Sonic 1, which is, it's awesome. So this is still just the very beginning. And when we first launched this at MAGFest, besides not having nearly as much stuff, I mean, it's just a simple website and, just like, you went and you hit buy now and it took you this PayPal page and that was it. But now we've got a whole thing with user accounts. We've got tags for all the albums. So if you just want to listen to chiptunes, you can, or just rock and metal or singer-songwriter. We also have playlists. So if you're in the mood for, we have a whole bunch up there. We're going to be adding more and cycling them in and out. So if you want music for the gym or music for the drive to work or something just to relax, we have playlists of just lots and lots of awesome music that you can stream on the site. And if you want to support the artists, you can, of course, buy the music too. So that's where we've come in the last year, which is awesome. But we have big plans. By the end of this month, we're going to have, who here streams on Twitch or makes YouTube videos? There we go. All right, good. There's some people, that's great. There's very soon on the site we're going to have something where any album with the Twitch or YouTube icons next to it you'll be able to just use in your streams or in your YouTube videos, which is cool without having to yeah. And I think with all the controversy with the content ID, everybody, it's good to have music that you can use without getting your stuff flagged. So we're excited to be adding that by the end of the month, hopefully, Dave.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to add on to that. One of the coolest things about Overclock Records is that a lot of time people browsing, OC Remix want a way that they can actually financially support artists on OC Remix because everything is free, and we're all kind of doing this because we're geeks and we love video game music and we want to keep it free. That's how OC Remix operates and will continue to operate. But Overclock Records gives us the ability to whatever extent possible, allow you to support your favorite artist if they have either original works or licensed arranged works, for sale commercially.
Yeah. It's also a good way to support Overclock Remix in general because I believe some of the sales.
Yeah,
Percentage
there's
of
a
the sales,
very narrow profit margin.
Very small
but
percentage of the sales
it
from
does go to
Overclock Records
OCR.
actually does go to
help the site.
We
run
pay
Overclock Remix.
We pay 80% of all the money that comes into the record label directly back to artists.
Back to artists,
so
yeah.
80%. We are not good at business. Let's be very clear. The amount of money that we've spent on web development has more than exceeded what meager profits we've made. But,
not in it for the money.
So, and then a few of the other things we want to do, besides adding more music from artists like Danny Baranowski, we're going to be adding his stuff from like Crypto the Necrodancer is going to be coming up on there, the official album.
Very good game.
Excellent game, yeah. More remix albums, more arranged albums. We're also going to be looking back. This is a goal that we've had from the start of the label that we've talked about internally, but we want to see this happen. How many times have you been looking for a soundtrack and it's out of print or it's Japan only, import only, you just couldn't get it, stuff from the 90s. And it's lame. I mean, you can go to the dealer room and it's, you can find some of these for like $50 or $100. So what we want to do is start approaching those companies and see if we can get that music distributed again, online, digital, access anytime.
Legally.
Legally. I think that'd be awesome. Now that we have a platform for it, thanks to everybody that has been supporting it. So that's just some of the stuff that we want to do this year, and I think it's going to be even better by the time we get to next MAGFest. Hopefully, we've done all that and more. Cool. So, overclockrecords.com if you want to check it out. We've also got free music on there too. We've got a sampler, and we're going to do another sampler soon.
Oh, and it's all on SoundCloud. You can preview every last track on SoundCloud.
Everything is on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
everything.
Okay, OCR Talkback.
It's not called Talk Talk.
It's not called Talk
It's
Talk.
called Talk Back. That's a remnant of the MAGFest 8.55 panel. So OCR Talkback is OCR's weekly web show. It's not actually weekly. It's more like every couple of weeks, maybe like 2 or 3 times a month. It's a live Google Hangout that we try to do every Friday night. It's usually me and Larry and a bunch of other remixers and staff members who are around. And all we basically do is we just talk about VGM, we talk about what we've been listening to, we talk about video games, we talk about just music in general. We get a lot of questions from, a big part of the show is just getting questions from Twitter. So if you tune in, all you have to do is tweet your questions with the hashtag OCR Talkback. People ask stuff like, what game would be better with Nicolas Cage in it, and that kind of stuff. So.
Actually, maybe we can provide an example because we've got a little extra time, and we didn't have a Q&A section, but maybe like a couple examples of questions that we could answer. Hopefully, not involving Nicolas Cage.
From OCR Talkback?
Oh, no, from our audience here.
Oh, I mean, we have time for Q&A, right?
Oh, at the very end?
At the very end, don't we?
Very end.
Do we want to do Q&A now?
Let's do some questions now.
All right, let's do Q&A now.
Do you have questions?
Q&A.
We're gonna
Fuck it. Fuck the format.
This guy.
Do it live. Do it live. All right, wait. Blue Man Group over here.
You're the guy that doesn't participate on the internet, though.
Steve was so mean. Come over here and talk into the mic.
Get your
Hello.
Oz.
I was really
too loud.
curious, since you brought it up, which games would be better with Nicolas Cage in them?
Give me that mic. Okay, this is my
Barbie
answer.
Supermodel.
This is my answer. This is actually an answer I had on OCR Talkback. I want to see a fighting game where all the characters are characters that Nicolas Cage has played in his movies, and the game is called Cage Match.
So the detective from what's it called? The B movie. Wicker Man.
Yeah, Wicker
versus
Man. The guy from Con Air.
versus Ghost Rider.
Versus Ghost Rider and the guy from Con Air.
Oh,
I'd buy that for $1.
I would be down for that.
Cage
It sounds
match.
like DLC for Dive Kick.
Cage Match.
Oh no, I'm good.
I think.
Any other questions? Come on up.
All right. So any
Nice shirt.
inspiring
Where'd you
indie
get it?
developers, contact me about that idea. We'll get it started. All right. Don't break it, Steve-O.
Hey guys. So I've been a huge fan for a while now.
Cool.
Something I've been wondering about. It used to be that DJP was always on the forums, doing stuff all over the place. I realize with a 1-year-old, that's significantly more difficult. So my question for you guys is, how much do you actually see and interact with him now that he has a kid?
He's always on IRC. Always.
And if you want to catch him on the forums, look at the Tropes versus Women thread. He's almost always posting in there.
Yeah. He talks a lot about God and atheism and the role of women in
anything with
society.
atheism. That's how you get his attention.
That's true.
No, but honest.
You'd think I had a lot of free time.
To be perfectly honest with you, Dave is very accessible to the OCR staff. Whenever we have an issue, it's very easy to get a hold of him. So.
One just additional part of that answer that might be of broader general interest. We are making some changes to the site this year. Not necessarily directly related to my own availability, but more related to the fact that the judges panel always has a very long queue of mixes to evaluate. There is a huge delay. So part of what we're doing with the money that we're getting from Patreon is we're going to be switching forum software, and we're going to be building a new sort of like workshop on steroids into the site, where you can not only post a mix that you're working on, but it'll get integrated into our database so that if someone goes to the page for Super Metroid, they'll not only see the featured mixes that the judges have approved, they'll see what people are working on too. That's a big, huge deal for us. It's a lot of work. We feel like it's the best use that we can put that Patreon money towards. And that should hopefully take a little bit of the pressure off of not just the judges panel, but also myself. So that's maybe a little bit more interesting than just, go on IRC.
So giving people the ability to upload their own songs without needing to submit and wait for evaluation and posting.
Yeah.
Make it easier for everybody if they want to get stuff out quicker.
Okay, 2 more questions and then.
There we go.
He likes it.
Hello there. So I've been coming. This is actually my first MAGFest.
Whoa.
Sweet. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time so far. I do go to the OC Remix panels at Otakon.
Oh, sweet.
And every year I ask a very particular question.
Uh-oh.
What's the question? I don't remember.
Seiken Densetsu
Oh, boy.
3.
You're the guy.
And that's the guy.
I'm the guy.
Oh, man.
I'm the guy. I'm the guy.
Seiken Densetsu. What did I tell you last? What did I tell you?
Last
at Otakon?
time
Oh yeah,
you
I told
said-
you the music is done.
Yeah, 70.
And I think actually, the music is done, but they're looking for the files.
Oh my God.
What? What? What?
I think they're organizing the files and they're trying to get like the artwork.
So just again to broaden the context a little bit there, Seiken Densetsu 2 was Secret of Mana?
Seiken Densetsu 3.
Yeah, Seiken Densetsu
2
3
was
was never
Secret of Mana.
localized.
2 was Mana.
But has
3
a
was-
great soundtrack also by
Yeah.
Hiroki Kikuta.
Kikuta, yeah.
There are some SD3 mixes already on the site, but yeah, that album's going to be... I hope it comes out this year, but it wasn't on the slide, so that might tell you something.
Yeah, we need to touch base with the...
I hope they find those files.
We're gonna touch base with the organizers and make sure that they have the files.
Okay, thank you very much.
And then as soon as we know that they have the files, we'll get the files.
Can you send us your photo? Because whenever we bug them,
Just go to the forums.
Guy.
Okay, here's what you do. Go to OC Remix, go to the forums, go to the thread about MAGFest, just post in there and post a picture of yourself and say, can I please stop asking this question soon?
All right. Okay.
All right.
Last question.
SD3 guy.
SD3. It's happening. God damn it, it'll happen.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
So my question is, you guys do a lot of Final Fantasy remixes.
It's true.
I know.
And my question is, Final Fantasy has famously good music,
Sure.
but also very notoriously well-done music for its era. And my question is, was it daunting going into any of the games and deciding that you're going to remix these themes? And was there ever a particular song that gave any of you a certain degree of trouble remixing?
I think we can summarize that as most troublesome song to remix. I think we can broaden it out
Honeycomb
outside of
Manor?
Final Fantasy, since some of the more difficult songs, I mean, it's a personal thing, but do we want to
Yeah,
keep it
I
Final
could
Fantasy?
talk about that. I did a song for Final Fantasy VI, which was a big album for us. It's a very popular game. People were expecting it to be great. So I took one of the songs that wasn't claimed yet, mostly because we wanted to fill out the soundtrack. I really tried to make it as good as I could, and that was a challenge. And I also ran into problems, so I had this guy right here, collabed with him to help finish that track.
Finish it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Real quick, just sometimes the problem is not necessarily that the source tune itself presents a challenge, but rather that the existing number of remixes out there that people have already done presents a challenge because you don't necessarily want to do the same thing that they've done. I did Devil's Lab for FF6, and there was already Dirt Devil, Andy's super badass arrangement of the same source. McVaff has an arrangement. It's a source that's been covered by several different people in several different styles. So sometimes the challenge is just not necessarily the difficulty of the source, but also the difficulty of how it's been arranged by other people.
Right.
Andy?
I'll say, so having directed the Final Fantasy VI and VII projects on the site and trying to figure out from a broad perspective, like which, how should we treat each thing? It's hard because some of these songs, I'm sure everybody here, you have a song that you really enjoyed, let's say from Chrono Trigger or FF6 or 7, and you might have it in your mind a certain way, and you don't want to hear it maybe totally rearranged and the style change. So our perspective when we were working on 6 and 7 was to try to, in general, keep with the original sort of tone. So even if, like, let's say there's a battle theme, you could do that with, EDM, you could do that with metal maybe, but as long as it's got that energy to it. So that was one approach. But if there was one song
maybe
that
not
was,
reggae, maybe not.
I don't think reggae.
Polka.
But if there was one song, the opera sequence from Final Fantasy VI was just... everybody had ideas for how to do that, and it's such an amazing piece. It's like 15 minutes long in the game. It's crazy. Like, how do you do that? So we ended up doing 3 versions of it, and that's how we approached it.
And they're all
Just do
good.
it 3 times.
They're all great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And like for some people like me, I actually never played Final Fantasy VI. I still haven't. So I picked a song from the soundtrack. I have no connection with it whatsoever, and that presented a challenge because how do I remix something that I don't necessarily have an emotional investment in within the context of the game? So there's a lot of different challenges that can be presented when remixing something like FF6. Does that adequately answer your question? Awesome. Cool.
All right, so we already had the slide where we sold stuff, so we won't talk about this for too long. We also already talked about we've got really, really big plans for the site. This year there will be some significant changes made. What's making that possible is the Patreon campaign. We're up to $3,200 a month, which it covers hosting, it covers everything, and it's going to cover a lot of the development. It covers our SoundCloud Pro account, which lets us put all of our albums on SoundCloud. So if you've got as a mobile device, which is kind of like everyone these days, you can listen to most actually, OC Remix albums via the SoundCloud app, via our SoundCloud account.
Plus, what level do Patreon backers need to be to get free albums on OC Records?
Yeah, at the $5 level for backing us, $5 a month. Every month you get a new free album from Overclock Records, which
it's
is
like
kinda
PlayStation
cool.
Plus, basically.
And then apparently at $100, it is exactly like PlayStation Plus, only we don't get hacked. Knock on wood. I don't know.
And also,
Please don't hack us.
Also, if you stop being a patron, you don't lose those albums.
That's true. That's true too. You achieve magical powers and transcend mortality. Results may vary. I guess the asterisk says there. Okay, so just one last.
We do have the social media slide. You didn't take it out.
I didn't take it. Yeah, so we got the one of us. The forums, ocremix.org is the URL. Twitter, OC Remix. Facebook, OC Remix. YouTube, OC Remix. SoundCloud, OC Remix. Google Plus, Larry puts on here because he finds it amusing.
No, I put it on there.
Oh,
That's my
Shark,
joke.
It's your
hilarious.
joke? Okay.
No, it's actually good because that's how we run OCR Talkback. So
there you go. That's where we.
thanks.
We love you almost as much as video game music.
Which is a lot.
And now we're going to show that love. And how are we going to show that love? By a Hillary and Bill Clinton NBA Jam
tournament.
Jam off tournament. That sounds wrong.
You guys ready to play some jam?
Who's ready to political power dunk?
From downtown.
All right. As you guys know, for the last couple of years, we've been introducing different kinds of contests at our panels. We've done Shaq Fu to Death at this point. We've done Time Killers. We've done Mario Kart. But we haven't done anything related to politics. And everybody knows that the most political game ever made is NBA Jam Tournament Edition. So we need 4 people to volunteer, people who got jam chops, to have Clinton and Clinton against Clinton and Clinton. You're going to be playing to the half mark. I'm going to go around and pick people out now.
Let's get 2 from this side,
You have
2
to
from
have the
that
skills.
side, maybe. I don't know.
Come on, this side's got to have some jam.
No, but this side is severely lacking in jams.
Anemic.
Jam anemic.
Yeah, they're all Republicans, and they're like,
they're all
I'm not touching no Clintons.
All Americans. We need you to jam.
All right, listen up. I want a clean fight, see?
Steve-O, you want a mic or?
All right, so while he's explaining to the controls to these people.
We can talk about basketball.
This little one is worth the trouble.
Who knows about basketball? Anyone? What is basketball?
Can't see the slide.
I would like to point out this tournament is sponsored by Han Stout. You will never find a more tasty hive of hops and malted barley, carbonite frozen. All right, let's get this underway. Do we have sound? Can I get the sound cable thingy?
Can.
Wonderful. Does it stretch? Will it blend? Will it blend? Will it jam?
Will it jam?
That's the question. Get some musics. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right.
It honestly doesn't matter what teams you guys pick because you're Bill and Hillary and Bill and Hillary. So just pick something and play.
I can't see this. I can't see it.
It's you two versus you two, I believe. Is the controller not working?
Purple versus yellow.
Oh, I was gonna say player number 2. Only players number 2 and 4 can move their teams. Is that not working? Hooray for technical problems. Hold on. Settings.
Steve-O, it doesn't work.
This legitimate cartridge.
Steve-O owns
that's
this
the
game.
problem.
Backup purposes only, right?
Backup
Yeah, you got one
purposes
at home.
only. I own this. I have it at home. There we go.
I actually do own Shaq Fu.
You do own Shaq Fu?
I bought an actual copy.
All right, please work. All right, now you guys can do it. Fantastic.
How about some Washington?
This is an
How about
accurate
some Washington?
representation
Come on, Washington.
of what we predict the election in 2016 to be. Somebody's got to be Chicago. Come on. Are you trying to press A or B or start? It doesn't matter.
I see now why we do Shaq Fu.
Did we do it? One of them did it. Yeah! Showtime!
Come.
Tonight's matchup, Bullets versus Bulls.
Oh, wow, bullets.
Bullets and Bulls. I'm moving the mouse. Tip off goes to Bill or Hillary. I can't see. Up. That just looks like a man with a mullet. 2 points for Team Clinton. All right, Clinton has the ball. Going down. Oh, passes back to Clinton at the other side of the court. What happened? It's not letting you move? This is why we do Shaq Fu. Hold on. How do you basketball? We totally have this under control. You know what? Let's just do Shaq Fu, Dave.
Is it gonna work?
Is it gonna work? All right. Temporary difficulties. Do we have anything else to talk about on the PowerPoint?
Probably
No.
No? We'll take no. Okay. I'll make it work.
We can only talk about Super Audio.
You could.
Oh yeah, actually, Andrew Aversa here also runs a company called Impact Soundworks. With Will.
With Will.
Hold on.
Will.
Will, are you here?
Is Will here?
He was here. Okay.
He's here. He was
was.
here. So making sample libraries. If you're making the music with the computers, it helps to have sample libraries of samples.
All right.
I think.
How many people
This
here
will
are
work.
aspiring remixers and are interested in making music and like chiptunes and stuff? Yeah? Put your hands up,
Okay.
make some noise.
High quality entertainment.
Uh-oh.
Always fall back to Shaq
We're doing
Fu.
Shaq Fu.
Such a crutch.
So this seems like, all right, so this is player 1, if it'll show the character select screen. All right. Hold that. Can you press start on that? That's not doing it. Press start on that. That's not doing that. Start on that. It's not doing it.
So Andy's working on a chiptune library.
Okay.
With chiptunes.
Actually, it's sort of co-produced with OC Remix.
Yes.
So if you make the chiptunes, or if you want to make chiptunes, this is going to be the best way to make.
This should really be like an infomercial. How many times has this happened to you? You wanted to make chiptunes, but it was hard. What if it could be easy?
What if you could have a Game Boy, a Super Nintendo, a
Commodore 64,
a Genesis,
Sega or Mega Drive, depending on who you are,
a Master System.
But you do a Master System too?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
right.
an arcade cabinet.
And an arcade cabinet.
In your IBM or Macintosh computer.
In your computer, right in your computer.
All right.
You can load it up.
It's IBM compatible.
And make those sounds.
Well,
Dave,
we recorded
We got Shaq Fu working.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, just checking.
All right.
All right, guys, make some noise for Shaq Fu because apparently that's what we're doing.
We have no choice but to go to this. This is the only thing that works anymore. Go, Clint. Yes.
You think I do? I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay. If neither of you knows what's going on, it'll be an even match. All right, I believe, is that Kaori or something or other? It's Shaq versus
It's
not
Romney
Shaq.
versus Obama.
Shaq in the corner getting some low kicks in. Get out of the corner. The guy's got some swords. But might want to watch out for those. Could cut your arm off. Shaq, it's just a game of jumping right now. Shaq is, well, now he's taking a couple hits. Shaq's at, well, what, a half health?
If I could raise the stakes, the winner does get a copy of Final Fantasy VI Balance and Ruin.
Right, there are prizes.
So try.
About evenly matched. Shaq's scoring
hard,
a couple hits.
little
Up, Shaq's down into the red. They're both down into the red. Their stamina's getting low, but they're not giving up the fight yet. Just jumping around and around. Oh, he's taking his swords out. Those things are dangerous. Not Shaq is getting his ass handed to him. He's got one hit left. Oh, Shaq's getting beaten in the corner. Oh no, he's getting put into submission. Raja wins. Look at Shaq's face. He's completely shocked that he has lost. All right, now that I know the names, it's Raja versus Shaq.
Roger?
Raja.
Raja.
Yes. Not the tiger from Aladdin. They're totally hitting each other right now and not just jumping around.
Don't just dance.
They're just trading off hits at this point, about evenly matched. Shaq's taking a couple extra hits there, down to half health. But Raja's stamina's getting low, getting a little tired. He's dizzy. Gets up, delivers a vicious low sweep. Shaq returns in kind, jumping back and forth. Shaq's down. Shaq has fury, but he's getting low on health.
Summon the fury.
Shaq doesn't know what to do with his unbridled rage. He keeps getting. Oh no! Raja wins.
It's Raja.
All right, who won that? You won. All right, we're passing this off.
When Shaq loses, we all win.
You stay up here. You still get a prize. Even the losers get prizes. Pick your fighter. Mephis, Voodoo, Raja, Kaori, Beast, Shaq, and who else? Set. Kaori, the cat lady. Do not press the Xbox button for help. Just this. I think it's start or yeah, you have to press start or no, you have to. Yeah, you have to press start. That's okay. Don't worry about it. There we go. We're not interested in a fair fight here. Set versus Kaori. Mummy versus Cat, the eternal battle. Kaori? Is that how it's pronounced? This is what happens when NBA stars try to star in their own fighting games. Set off with a couple early hits. Continuously pummeling Kaori in the face. Oh, Kaori hits back. Set's going into the corner. Air juggling. They're about even again. Up, Kaori taking a couple extra hits and being cornered. Set jumping in there trying to hit, but gets pummeled. About evenly matched.
Steve-O, we were talking earlier about source tunes that would be hard to remix, and I
Something
think
like this.
Shaq Fu does, warrant a mention.
We have not had a Shaq Fu remix yet, so if you'd like to be the holder of a very esteemed title of first person to remix Shaq Fu, by all means, go for it. Up, Kaori's down into the red, 1/3 health remaining. Time's running out. 3, 2, wins by default. Timeout, no bonus.
Boy, not a lot of applause for that type of victory. That's a shallow victory.
Well, there's still round 2 and possibly round 3. Kaori off to a couple of hits to start. Jumping around in the corner. Set hasn't even landed a hit yet. Wow, Kaori's really just... What's going on here? One hit from Set does as much damage as 4 or 5 hits from Kaori. I don't think that's actually fair.
Well, he's a mummy, man. Mummies.
Kaori's less than half health now. Set's still at almost full health. Well, about a quarter now.
Do a super.
Yes.
Do an ultra.
Use a combo breaker. Come on, guys, hit something.
I think Shaq Fu's amazing. Let's go, Justin.
Do not be afraid to touch. This is not a middle school dance. Set is delivering a couple of brutal hits. Set had Fury for just a moment there. Kaori's at a third. Set has Fury again. Doesn't know what to do with it. 4, 3, 2. Oh, Set wins before the buzzer goes off.
All right.
All right. So,
How do you clap?
winner versus winner. The final showdown. Somebody needs to reset that handicap counter at the bottom.
Hey, who wants to see more Shaq Fu? Just checking.
I never.
We don't have anything else.
The handicap is reset. All right. Select
I love how the
player.
Clintons are just watching on, you know.
Yep.
They're watching us play Shaq Fu. Yeah, you can.
Raja versus Set. Yes. It's Bill Clinton. That's Hillary Clinton. Again, another source tune that really could. Why are you banging your head against the laptop, Dave?
Is this the grand champion?
This is the grand championship.
Thank
the winner
God.
of this gets a Final Fantasy VI physical copy. You cannot buy those.
This is for a copy of Balance and Ruin. The stakes are high.
A copy of Palance and Bruin, the summer's greatest buddy comedy. Set delivering some really brutal kicks there against Raja, who had Fury for a second and only has a slimmer of health and is dead
It's
now.
a massacre.
An absolute unbridled massacre.
Grand finals.
I
Final
calls it
round.
like I sees it. Final battle, potentially. Set going in for that spin attack is just absolutely insane.
Game, set,
match. Come on, Raja, get a couple hits in there. I didn't say get hit. Less than half health for Raja. Set still near top. Oh no. Oh no. Raja looks like he's going down. One more hit.
Fury.
One last hit
Come
with
back.
Fury. And give it up for our Shaq Fu players.
That was fantastic.
All right, let's see here.
Blood debts.
Blood debts. All right.
Blood debts.
Dick Israel. Steve-O, Shaq Fu is looping and I don't want to hear it.
You can unplug it, Dave. Unplug it.
Oh, thank you.
So, we have some time. We'll
So
take
that happens.
Any more questions?
Any questions or if you have any ideas or suggestions for anything related to the site, the community, whatever.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't have to just be a question. You can come up here and tell us your life story if you want.
No. No.
No.
Not safe for Mag?
Not safe.
That's a whole lower standard.
They're not allowed to see my secret plans.
Okay.
You got a question?
Okay, let me see how I word this. How do you become like an official overclock remixer?
Just get something past the judges panel, basically. I mean, you can post your music on the site in the forums, but when you submit something, that's when you kick off the actual evaluation process. The judges are not necessarily nice people, but they will give you
We're nice
or
people.
good
What are you
people.
talking about?
No, they're great. They will provide feedback. They'll tell you if they don't like your mix. They'll tell you why. Usually, unless it's really, really bad. Usually, you get a certain amount of feedback. If it's fantastic, they'll just say yeah, and it'll get posted. So you just have to make it past the QA, basically.
So that's really it. Because, I mean, it sounds to me kind of like you're submitting something so it can be on the site, and it's like, great. But I mean, I'm talking about like being an official OC Rig music.
Well, that's what makes you an official. Just getting something past the judges panel is what makes you an
Wow,
official.
that must be a really brutal judgment process.
Well, 900 people and counting have
no
passed
idea.
it, Seth,
Okay, how many people up here on staff besides you, Dave, have been rejected by the judges before getting posted? Everybody.
All right, there you go. I would reject some of my own mixes
Yeah.
if I could.
Yeah, there's a
Sailor
couple on
Moon.
there. There's a couple on the site that I
Don't
wanna
ever
take
listen to
down.
my Contra mix.
I'm going to go
Please.
listen to it now.
It's really, really bad.
Do we have any other questions?
Suggestions?
For staff? No, not.
No more Seiken Densetsu. Sit down.
All right. And you can come on
It's
over
not
here, too.
Seiken Densetsu
All right,
related.
what's your question?
It's not.
Okay.
So I actually have a friend. I'm not very good at music. I actually have a friend of mine who is. He's actually trying to get into the gaming industry as far as music is concerned, and he's working on another project. How, after getting a remix into OC Remix, for those who maybe after OC Remix got popular enough where people were coming into, they were getting their remixes in, they're getting jobs afterwards. How much do you feel like actually getting a remix onto OC Remix helps you in getting into the music composing industry for games?
I think just I would tend to say, and this might be a little just humble on my part, that just getting a mix on the site probably isn't going to help you that much. But all of the things that go into getting that mix on the site are the things that are going to help you. Getting feedback from other people, making connections, learning how to incorporate feedback into your music. There's a lot of people that have gotten better through OC Remix by getting rejected, that whole process, incorporating feedback. Anyone that's helped us out in official capacity, like judges and whatnot, I'll vouch for them on a resume or a job reference, and that helps to a certain extent. But, I mean, just passing that one test, getting a mix on the site, is not probably going to open that many doors. It's the things that go into it that are more, I would say, beneficial. Yeah, Andrew?
Yeah, and one thing to add to that is it's a good indicator that the level of quality that you're producing is pretty close to where it needs to be, at least. Like, you'll have like a professional, to a certain extent, like sounding mix. You'll have like the arrangement chops that you need. Am I too far? I can hear myself. Well, anyways, yeah. So basically, I'll just quickly recap what I said. Getting to that level means that you're pretty close. Then from there, it's like networking. Getting the right opportunity, and then just keeping at it. But like you'll meet people on the site, and then you'll just build those skills. So it's more of like a metric for where you're at as far as skill level, rather than like the golden gate that you get through.
Yeah, I'll add one thing too. I got a job last year, 2 years ago, and it was basically not because I was a post remixer, but because I met somebody that had heard of OC Remix, and I was like, oh, have you heard of my music? He looks on his phone. He has no idea who I am, but he has my song on his phone. He's like, wow, that's awesome. We got to talking, and he just kept me in mind. So then when he needed somebody for music, he was like, hey, Vinny, can you do this for me? So,
We actually have a wait. Don't go anywhere. Hang on a second. We actually have like a professional video game.
No.
No. You don't want to answer this question.
Well, we do have a panel.
Oh yeah, we do.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
1:30.
So pimp that panel.
Yeah, 1:30. I don't know where it is.
If
It's
you're
here.
interested in learning about the video game music industry, come to our panel tomorrow at 1:30.
1:30 in this room. There's a whole
There you
panel
go.
about that. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hello.
Hi, so I'm the violinist from Tetramino. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
awesome.
remember Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
group.
Yeah. You guys are great.
I like this shirt. It's good.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say hi. Like, the rest of my band couldn't make it to MAGFest this year. This is my first MAGFest, actually.
You're better than okay, by the way. Just
Thank
saying.
you. Yeah, so I mainly wanted to say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Submit more of your
Hi.
mixes. Actually, you already have. We will be posting more of your mixes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, please do.
I think they're in the queue. You guys them in the
Yeah.
posting
Really
queue?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for posting it on the 15th anniversary. It was really cool. We were just,
Yeah.
we were waiting for many months, but yeah, we understand there's a lot of submissions and all.
Cool.
Okay, so you mentioned, you're an OC remixer now. How many people in the audience are posted OC remixers? Raise your hand, stand up. 1,
Nice.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Holy crap. Are you guys here just to indulge yourselves? Because that's awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause for making our community what it is.
Yay.
Seriously, thank you. And thank you for coming up to say hi. Awesome. Thanks. You had a question?
Something that I was kind of curious about, not necessarily just on Overclocked, but just overall, what do you guys think are some of the over-remixed video game songs?
Nothing.
Something like, not even like something like Ice Cap Zone?
No. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I mean, you could say, yeah, Ice Cap Zone, Shala, Mega Man 2, but honestly, I love it when people just remix what they love.
Well, I'm
So
not
if
saying
you
it's
like
bad.
Ice Cap Zone, it doesn't matter how many other people have remixed Ice Cap Zone before. If you can bring something to the table, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So I don't really like thinking about songs as there's too many remixes of this game. I actually can't stand it when people on the forums say stuff like that. It's like, oh, I guess it's another Ice Cap Zone. I'll listen to that. No, people want to remix what they remix because they feel a connection to it. So for me, if someone submits an Ice Cap Zone remix to OCR and I see it come up on on the judging queue, it's just like, oh, that's actually better because I know that song already, so it's easier for me to judge.
This is one of those things that there are two sides to this coin. If you approach it as a zero-sum sort of thing, and in reality, given people's amount of time and effort, it almost kind of is. While I would totally agree with Shark, there's no single source tune that I would say, this has been mixed too much, right? If you look at it from the other perspective, there are a ton of video games that have not gotten enough attention, right? So those are almost competing ideas. I don't agree with the first, that there are games that have been overmixed. We love Chrono Trigger. We will always love Chrono Trigger. But there are certainly games that, because all of those other games are getting so many mixes, probably do get a little less attention. We had an album called Unsung Heroes that tried to focus on more obscure games. It's something that we feel near and dear about, but people also get attached to numbers. So we notice when we post a Mega Man X mix or a Chrono Trigger mix on Facebook, we notice that it gets like 100 likes, 200 likes or whatever. And when we post a El Viento or Socket or something.
Rad Racer 2. It got 7 likes.
It gets 7 likes. So I mean, it's hard to motivate artists just because they'll get less positive feedback. So if you like remixes of obscure video games, the best advice that I can tell you is make sure that you are clicking like for those mixes and retweeting those tweets, because that is the single best way to get that to happen.
Yeah, and I just want to say we are actually, internally at the staff, we've been talking about what are some ways, what are some things we can do to get people to start paying attention to more undermixed games and undermixed songs. So if you have any ideas about that, just head on the forums and post your ideas about like what can we do to sort of encourage people. Because the thing is, the thing about OC Remix is we don't, as a staff, we don't actually decide what people remix. People remix what they want to remix, and then they send it to us, and then we just evaluate that song, against itself. Is it good? And then we'll post it. So, we don't look at a Chrono Trigger remix and we're like, we posted a lot of Chrono Trigger this year. I don't think we're going to let this one on the site. That's not really what happens.
But we also make sure there's enough variety, even if we have 45 Chrono Trigger mixes.
We like
they're
to have
unique.
we like to have variety, but at the same time, we're going to post whatever people send to us.
Right. Yep.
So the best way to approach it is we need to start, sort of making a big deal about undermixed games and undermixed soundtracks and that kind of thing. So.
Okay.
I hope that kind of answers the question.
Answers the question.
So. Yeah. All right.
There you go. All right, this has got to be the last 2 questions because we're running a little short on
We
time.
have like 3 minutes left.
We'll make it. We'll make it work.
We're gonna make
All
it
right.
happen.
Hello.
Hi.
So, I asked this kind of to a lot of people who start websites and stuff. But back when OC Remix first started, 15 years ago, what were you guys thinking it would turn into?
Well, that was me. None of these guys were around, or gals. It was pretty much me in my basement, doing the thing.
You know what he was doing before OC Remix, right? A comic.
It's true. I was doing a 3D comic dedicated to the emulation scene, which almost tells you everything you need to know. I had friends. I got outside and did things in the real world. Those were the dark days of the internet. Did I know that it would become big? I was surprised at the time. It's one of those things where it's like you're just kind of lucky. And I think, not to compare myself to Mark Zuckerberg because he has money and I don't, but he just got done saying he feels really lucky that a big corporation didn't think of Facebook first. Well, I think I feel lucky on a much smaller and less profitable scale that a big corporation or someone else didn't think of OC Remix first. At the time, there were sites dedicated to like Commodore 64 music or like just electronic remixes of Commodore 64 music. There was no one site dedicated to just remixes of video game music in general. And I was a Sega fanboy, and I wanted to hear Sega mixes, so that I did my thing.
Under Mixed Games.
Yeah.
Space Harrier.
Sega! It's true, Shinobi, that sort of thing. I did think it would become big. I did not think it would become this big, and I did not think it would still be around after 15 years. So I hope that kind of answers the question.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you
Last
very much.
question.
Last question. And I see you have a VGL shirt.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, so I know you want to make this quick, so here's a multiple choice question.
Okay.
Multiple choice.
Favorite April Fool's year for OC Remix?
Favorite what?
Favorite April Fool's year for OC Remix has got to be whichever year we did EA Mix.
EA Remix.
Yeah, it's in the mix. Where there was the April Fool's joke, which was that Electronic Arts took over the site because they were taking over everyone at the time, and no one really liked it. And we changed our little site mascot to John Madden, and he was like, "Yo,
it's in the mix."
And then they faked the takedown later in the day.
Yeah, and everybody was like, "Ha ha ha, that's funny, but we don't buy it because it's April Fool's." But then Act 2 was that we sent ourselves a very real-looking fake cease and desist letter from Electronic Arts. And almost everyone fell for that.
Yeah.
Like, really, diehard skeptics fell for that one. So that had to be the best year, I think.
I would say there's a remix that I wrote called Let's Ride. It's a remix of Marvel vs. Capcom 2's Take You for a Ride player select theme, and it's I did the beats and the instruments, and Larry OG did the vocals. So it's just Larry going, "Gonna take you for a ride, HD," because I was like, Capcom's making the HD version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Fantastic.
So it was pretty fun. You can find it online. You can find it on my SoundCloud actually if you look for it.
I liked Vocal Clock Remix because vocal haters are dumb.
Yeah.
I will say also, I did have a lot of fun doing the JavaScript for both Remixinator and Judgeinator, Remixinator, where we had the automatic remix generation, and you could add like chorus and vocals to 3 different types of mixes, and they all really sounded quite terrible.
Yeah, those mixes for Remixinator were actually made by a bunch of staff members on the site, and I remember one of
they were generated server side.
One of the options for when you were generating a remix was an orchestra hit solo. So I had to do the Shala mixes. So I did a remix of Shala called Shala Shuffle. And then for the orchestra hit solo, it was just Mortal Kombat playing over the Shala's theme.
Nice.
So it was Shala's theme, and it was just bump, 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 just over and over again. So that was a lot of fun.
Good question.
Yeah, that's good. That's a really good question.
Guys that are still with guys and gals that are still with us, thanks. for
Yeah,
coming
wow,
to
you
our
guys
panel.
snuck it out. Nice, thank you for
You
coming.
guys rock. We do have we'll be back next year at the next MAGFest, of course. But
15 years from now, we hope to.
Probably. We do have another panel tomorrow at 1:30. How to be a pro, all caps, video game composer. This guy over here is going to tell you about that, along with other people, other pros. We highly recommend it, and I guess we'll see you around.
And
Thanks for
don't
coming.
forget, tonight, around midnight, Jam Space. Come see OC Remixes played live.
Overclocked University.
Overclocked University.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sega.